When tragedy strikes, it can be so easy for us to shut down the rest of our lives and focus on the issue at hand. But imagine being diagnosed with cancer while in college, juggling between classes and chemotherapy, worrying about that midterm exam while also worrying about your own survival. It's not something you hear about often, but our own Matt Starnes spoke to a girl here at the UI who juggled cancer and college at the same time. Here's her story.
3 years ago, UI junior Bailey Ford got some unbelievable news.
Once they finally diagnosed me, I was kind of didn't really believe it. I was like, oh no, I'm 19, that can't happen to me, I gotta go back to school. And I remember sitting in the doctor's office, and the first question I asked was, am I gonna lose my hair? And they said, yeah, and it was down to here, my belly button almost, and then I just kind of tuned them out.
Ford had to put her studies on hold for an entire year, moving to Rochester, Minnesota for leukemia treatment at the world-renowned Mayo Clinic.
Then I started my chemo. The first IV of all that round stuff, that was really hard, definitely the worst part. Lots of bone marrow biopsies and lots of needles and spinal taps and more shots, and that was my first year of it. And I had acute promyelocytic leukemia, so that's a 3-year treatment.
After the worst of the chemo at the Mayo Clinic, Ford was able to move back to Iowa City and continue her treatment at the UI hospitals and clinics while being closer to friends and family. With their support, Ford was able to continue her studies and treatment together as a full-time student at the university.
It wasn't as hard as people are like, oh wow, I can't believe you're going to school and on chemo, and it's everyone was bending over backwards for me to get back, so that made it 10 times easier.
Ford said her experience has shaped her current course of study. She's going to pursue a career as an oncology nurse. Matt Starnes, Daily Iowan TV.
And Bailey actually just finished her last round of chemo last week, just in time for midterm exams. We wish you the best, Bailey. Back to you guys.